All right. Uganda 1, Botswana 0. Uganda has finally gone ahead to win a second game into its group stage, and they now have 6 points in there. And they last played against Somalia. They beat Somalia by 1-0, and they lost to Guinea-Bissau by 1-0. And that is exactly how the Uganda Cranes has gone ahead, obviously, get itself to 6 points right about now. And remember, by the way, Guinea-Bissau went ahead and beat Algeria, a team that Uganda is playing next into this competition. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. This is the Ugandan Stance, and we're here to bring you our thoughts about the game of football that went ahead to happen at the side of Nambole Stadium. Remember, it has been years since the Uganda Cranes last went ahead to play at Nambole Stadium, but finally, after that stadium was really approved by CAF and FIFA, it had to obviously host that beautiful game of football, and it resulted into the best of a result for Uganda. Uganda went ahead to obviously get a lion's share of the possession. They are moving the ball, and from Desabri, who was the former manager of Uganda Cranes, I hadn't gone ahead to see Uganda express themselves on the ball as they did this time round. And I tell you what, it really looked good. It really looked good on the night, and they put up a very good display at Nambole Stadium. And I think that display is going to charge very many fans of Uganda to flock to that stadium, I think, on Tuesday when you're playing against Algeria. That is it. When you're playing against Algeria, I think it's really going to be a very huge game. You know, Algeria has big stars, the likes of Riyad Mahrez, name it. You know, Bentaleb, Hussein Awaha. They're really a star-studded cast, right? And you can also welcome in to obviously do that. But I would like to obviously acknowledge the manager of the Uganda Cranes, or the national team coach, known as Paul Put. He has gone ahead to obviously put up players like Travis Mutiaba and Alan Okello, players with a low center of gravity, into that team of Uganda Cranes. That is really very, very, very catchy, and I went ahead obviously love it, because if you want to go far, you will need to see to it that you take this team to the next level and you need to obviously put in players that are really talented. Way back, it was hard for the managers of Uganda Cranes to go in for those players with a low center of gravity, yet their talent is really immense. But when you looked at the team today of Uganda, the manager intentionally put in Alan Okello and Travis Mutiaba in that midfield, and they really did well. Alan Okello played 45 minutes, and they took him off for Rogers Mato. And I would like to give credit to the manager for the substitutes went ahead to obviously make, because Rogers Mato was the game changer. Guess who scores the goal? Muhammad Shaban. He scores the goal, and after scoring the goal, he had put himself in a position of obviously coming off the bench, and credit has to go to the bench, so to the management of the club or to the team, the national team. Then the man that really launches that ball to the man that put in an assist, that is Bobo Sibiaruhanga, also came off the bench. And Omedi, who comes up with the assist who comes up with a cutback from the byline to find Muhammad Shaban to tap it at the back of the net, he is also a substitution. So the substitutes changed the game. They took this game to the next level. The likes of Bobo Sibiaruhanga, the likes of Omedi, the likes of Muhammad Shaban, the goal scorer. And for Rogers Mato, for me, he really stood out. He really stood out, and I'm obviously going to come out and obviously give you my player ratings. But Rogers Mato came off the bench, and he did what he had to do. That is Rogers Mato for you. I loved every bit of what Rogers Mato went ahead to do into that game. He was like, this is my moment. I have to obviously showcase what I'm all about. And remember, he just arrived. He just arrived today, you know, and he was with the national team. Rumors were like him and Khalid Awucho were out of the game because Khalid Awucho was really having a calf injury, and this guy had already gone ahead obviously arrive on the match day, but he made it to the bench and he could only play 45 minutes. And I think if he had gone ahead obviously starting that game off the left attacking side of the midfield, Rogers Mato would have gone ahead obviously put in a very beautiful shift that most of you would have gone ahead obviously understand. And he's a player who can play 90 minutes, and I really loved what he had to do. And I think he just went ahead obviously be that spectacular player that is going to really bring like tens of thousands more onto those that were at Nambole Stadium to watch that game. You know, he really looked elite. He really looked elite. He put in some huge performances. And there is the central defender of Botswana that he sent back to his country, and he sat him down, and there is this other player that really blocked his effort into the mix. So that is what I can talk about. The Caprodossi, he looked a decent center back. He's not like he's called Mavono. What is Bobono? What's the name of that guy? I've forgotten the name. The guy is called Bomono. Bomono is not yet that level that shows you that he should be played as a right back, and Semakula played in the midfield. You understand? Though we all know that Kenneth Semakula is known for being a very good midfielder, but he was switched to the right back by I think Micho. But Bomono, I think we do have better right backs, like more than Bomono, and I don't think that he's worth what we call an air ticket for him to fly him from United Kingdom to come and play for the Uganda national team. But I think because of his defensive abilities and the way he gets into the box, he had quite 2 shots at goal, and then he had some crosses that really lacked quality. His crosses really lacked quality in the goal. Now let's go to the player ratings, and Uganda is really seated second in the table, and Uganda is having 6 points. Algeria is having 6 points in 3 games. Guinea-Bissau is having 6 points in 3 games, and Mozambique is having 6 points in 3 games. So we are going to be hosting Algeria, and it's a very huge chance if we beat Algeria. I tell you, that would have gone ahead to put Uganda into a different space altogether. I tell you, if we beat, hear me out, if we beat Algeria on Tuesday, it would have gone ahead to put Uganda in a different scenario altogether. Let's go to the player ratings. Goalkeeper, Watenga, 7 out of 10, clean sheet kept. Not all had very many shots to save at goal, but I think his command was really great. Though I believe Waswa is really better. It's not Waswa, he's Abdul Salim. You know, Abdul Salim is a better goalkeeper when it comes to ball distribution and shot stopping, and I think he should obviously get back to the national team as sub. But he kept a clean sheet, and any happiness for a goalkeeper is to keep a clean sheet. Buomono, 6.5 out of 10. Moleme Isaac, a 7.5 out of 10. He really did his job. Defensively, he was tight, and going forward, he used to overlap very well, though his final ball lacked at a certain point of it all. But I saw him launching or pulling the trigger yards far off the goal, and the goalkeeper went ahead to save it. Then Caprodossi, for the very first time playing for the national team and really keeping a clean sheet and looking like he's okay with playing with a Khalid Wali in that central defense. I give him what is it? I give him an 8 out of 10. Khalid Dwalira, 7.5 out of 10. Got a yellow card. I don't know whether he has registered another yellow card. Obviously, see him miss out the game of Algeria. But I think that central defense is really going to do as well. Awuhanyi was on the bench and very many others. Central midfield, there was Sechiganda Ronald. I loved how Sechiganda played. Sechiganda really looked like a guy that has been playing for the national team for a very, very long time. And Sechiganda Ronald gets an 8 out of 10. Semakula, 7.5 out of 10. Alan Okello, an 8 out of 10. Him and Travis Mutiaba made my day. Travis Mutiaba, 8 out of 10. Mukwala Dese, 7 out of 10. He was really a busybody, put in crosses, ran all over. And I liked it when the manager decided to go in for a 4-4-2, where he had 2 forwards attacking the side of Botswana. Because if you don't do it here in Kampala, Uganda, where are you going to do it at? Then Fahad Bayo, a 6.5 out of 10. I think Alan Okello looked out for him once and was taken off. Let's go to the substitutes. Rogers Mato, a 9 out of 10 for me. He takes a 9 out of 10 for me because he really looked great, and I really liked what he really put out on the field of play. That is Rogers Mato. Then The other guy goes by the names of Muhammad Shaban. He also gets a 9 out of 10. Omedi, I give him an 8.5 out of 10. Omedi, very, very good striker, very good player. And Bobo Sibiaruhanga, 7.5 out of 10. So those are my player ratings. And you ask me, the manager gets an 8.5 out of 10 for me. And who is the man of the match? The man of the match for me is obviously, my man of the match for this game of football is Rogers Mato. I know Shaban scored the goal, but Rogers Mato was something different. So that's what I had for you here onto the Ugandan stains concerning the game of Uganda versus the side of Botswana. And we are back at Nambole next week. Hope you guys enjoy the game. But players that excited me: Rogers Mato, Travis Mutiaba, Alan Okello, Sechiranda. Is he called Sechiranda? What is his name? He's known as Sechiganda Ronald. He really impressed me a lot. Capradosi also impressed me. And Omedi, who came off the bench and obviously put in that cross, And Joel Serunjoji also came in through and really put in a very good shift. I think he gets give him 7.5 out of 10. My man of the match, Rogers Mato. Tell me who your man of the match was into this beautiful game of football. I sign out for now. See you later. Continue to subscribe to the Ugandan Stains as we bring you the latest news and information about your country, Uganda. Bye-bye.